Welcome back, guys. So in the last module we learned how to remove the target from the Oracle Enterprise Manager Cloud Control. So what I'll do is, even before proceeding further, we need to add at least one target. What I'm going to do right now is I'll quickly add the target again. Let me log into the Oracle Enterprise Manager. Awesome. The agent deployment is done. So what I'm going to do is, now I'll be adding the target database and target listener to the agent monitoring. So what we are going to do is, we'll be clicking on add using guided process. Done. So what we have done is, earlier as we had removed this dev as the target from the Oracle Enterprise Manager, we have now added the dev server back to the Oracle Enterprise Manager so that we can monitor the target host, the dev database, and the listener running onto the dev server. So if you go to targets, click on all targets, we can definitely see the dev server, which will be listed over here. So the first thing we are going to learn today is how to administer a host, that is the Linux host, because in our case the dev server is running on Oracle Linux. If you look at the target type, you can see host, and this is our host like dev.dbgenesis.com, and also our OEM server is residing on oem.dbgenesis.com. Both are host. So let us look at how can you administer host using Oracle Enterprise Manager. Just click on the host name and you will get inside the host management area, where you can manage and administer the target host. And here we have the target host admin panel. This is where on the top left corner you can see this arrow shows what is the status of the target. Our target is the host, that is the development server. So dev.dbgenesis.com, it gives you the exact name of the server that you are going to admin or administer. Now this I little button is very important. This gives you the target quick information which is required. I mean, most of the times if you click on this I symbol, you get the most important information. It gives you from when this target is up and running, what is the availability percentage, what is the version, what is the agent, that means agent is running on which server, and what is the port number. Also the time zone that this target server is running, that's Eastern Daylight Time. Now after these quick details, you might see this one host, right? So guys, I call this as a quick menu because all the options and all the administration options are available inside this host quick menu. So I generally call it as quick menu, and because it's easy to remember. Also, after this quick menu, like in all the target administrations, let's take you are administering the listener, if you are administering the agent or the database, in all the admin home you will see this kind of quick menu. We are going to navigate some of the most important options from this quick menu, but we'll come back to this quick menu in some time. Before that, let us go through all the information related to the dev server. We can see over here dev.dbgenesis.com Oracle Linux 7.7 server. What is the primary IP address? And it is up for 48 minutes because I started the server 48 minutes back. Perfect. The open incidents will show you any critical warnings or incidents related to this host. Right now we are not looking at the incidents because monitoring is a completely separate topic which we are going to learn in upcoming lectures. So I am leaving this open incidents for now, and let's move on to this part of the information. This is where you can see what is the CPU utilization. One of the benefits over here you have is, let's take the system admin team is complaining that the server, or I mean the dev CPU utilization is very high. You can always come over here, you can check this graph and say, hey, what are you talking? I see that the CPU utilization is 24%, right? The same goes with memory utilization. What is the current memory utilization? Total memory is 3.8 GB and the used memory is 700 MB, right? Over here you see the target summary. What is the host, what is the distribution, what is the kernel release, primary IP address, what are the CPU cores and threads, also the swap utilization. Remember, we generally allocate like 20 GB of swap space, so this will definitely show you a little less, that's 18.8 GB. Now 0% swap is utilized currently. And one important factor, guys, because when you come to this admin panel for this host dev.dbgenesis.com, the auto refresh will be off. So it is good that you put the auto refresh to whatever frequency is good for you, because after every 15 seconds the information will be updated. So that way you don't get any previous information, right? So when you land on this page, if the auto refresh is off, you will not get the new information. So to get the new information, either you will have to refresh, I mean manually click on this button, or you set the auto refresh frequency to whatever suits your requirements. Let's proceed further. It shows you the root file system utilization, and then once again CPU utilization, memory utilization, CPU threads utilization, file system distributions, and what is the network usage. Don't worry, in our case, because we just now started all the servers, so we won't have the information right now. But in real time, if you are running this admin or you're looking into a server details, you would get a lot of information. Also guys, on this right hand side you will see once again in-depth details. So if you click on this button, this will give you the details about the CPU. So what is the CPU utilization, what is the system load, what is the CPU threads utilization, right? The next option will give you details about the memory utilization. Again, it gives you like more in-depth details like virtual memory, page activity and all. Next, it will give you the information about the file system, right? So all the file system on your target server, what is the size, what is the used percentage and all, it will give you all the information. So what I would request you is, I want you to navigate all the menu options as much as possible, just to like make yourself familiar with the various options that are available. Next, this will give you the information regarding the interface, that is the link, I mean the network card. So whatever your network card that has been added to the server, because ours is a virtual server, so you will see two Ethernet adapters, even though we technically have only one. So one is virtual, one is physical, so don't worry, but in real time definitely you will have only one card. And I think the next one will give you the top processes that are running on the server. So let's take someone is complaining, hey, you know what, the system is slow, or this process is taking more of the memory and all. Sometimes we do get this kind of request from the system admin team. So what you can do is you can quickly jump onto this menu and go through the top processes that are running on the server, and you will get to know the exact picture which process is taking much of the memory or the CPU, right? Very handy information, correct? The next one is just in case if you have added some new services over here, let's take iSCSI services or some other services on the server, even those services will be listed over here and you will see all those services as part of this area. So let us come back to the home, and as I mentioned guys, this is the admin panel for the target host. And now let us look at the quick menu. So this quick menu is where it helps you manage, administer the targets, right? Every target will have its own quick menu. Currently we are administering the target host, so home is self-explanatory. If you are like messing around with the options, you are in some other location, to come back you can quickly click on home and you will see, you will land back onto this home page, right? That's the first one. Open the home page in new window. If you click, it will open the home page once again in a new tab, so that you have now two tabs to monitor, manage your target host. Next comes monitoring guys. As I mentioned, monitoring, we are going to look at monitoring in our upcoming lectures. So right now I'm skipping it because monitoring needs separate attention, right? And then the most important part is the control, right? Even the control is also part of the monitoring, how to create blackouts, how to create notification blackouts, how to end blackouts. Again, this will also be part of the monitoring, right? The next one is members and topology. This is important guys. In some time I will show you what is the benefit of topology. Right now you might not see accurate data, but the beauty is, let's take if you have two servers which have physical standby configuration, or you have Golden Gate replication setup, it actually creates a diagram, right? Kind of like a graphical diagram of servers which are related to each other. Right now this server is not related to any other server, so it is lying independently over there. So in one of the target configuration, you will see the topology as to how it looks like. Don't worry, I'll show you in some time. So that's done. Next important menu that we have is administration. This is where it becomes interesting. Now see guys, we are not going through all the options. I am walking you through the most important options that you should know. All right. So under administration, if you go to this user and group administration, the beauty is you can actually create a user on the target server, and I'll show you how it's done. But before that, before even you can create any user or manage users or groups, you need to log into the server. So what I'll do is I'll log into the server with the root user, right? So I already have this saved credentials. So I'll go with the dev root user, click on OK, because you can create, modify users with the root user only on Linux, right? So that's why I'm logging in with the root user. And this is the beauty. We have the list of all the users right on this server, right? So what I'm going to do is I'll click on add, and let us see if we are able to add a user. So I think I was trying to add this grid user. So you can see the username is grid, password I'll give it as grid. We are just testing. UUID I'll give something, and home directory will be /home/grid. Perfect. Rest all looks fine. And group membership, let's take you want to assign it to some group like oinstall, DBA, XYZ, like you know it. So all the groups that you want to add this user to, you can assign them separating by commas, right? And then just click on OK. Okay, password should be 5 to 72 characters long. All right. So let me give a strong password. Awesome. We'll go with this one, and let me click on OK. So guys, mostly the adding of users and all will by default be done by the system admin team, but I'm just showing you the capabilities of Oracle Enterprise Manager, like you can do this, right? And can you see we already have the Oracle user, and Oracle user is added to so many groups, right? The same way you can click on the user and you can edit a user, you can change, modify their groups, right? You can change the user home directory, you can change the password and all. So you have good control over here, right? So currently we are under user and group administration, right? So you can click on host, click on home, and you'll be back onto the admin home panel. Next is net service administration. This is important, guys, but it is important when you're working with Oracle listeners. So for listener management, any which ways, we will be looking at listener management in some time. So I'm skipping it, but I'm just letting you know you can administer the Oracle listener from the target host or also from the listener target. So currently we are administering the server, so I'm going to skip it. And the next most important one would be this one, guys, remote file editor. See guys, this is the beauty, like we can edit a file on the server from the Oracle Enterprise Manager. So I will log into this server as root user. I'll click on OK, and it will ask you the file name. So let us edit the /etc/host file, right? And click on continue. Can you see? We can see the contents of the file, and I can actually add some content to the file. 168.1.173. This will be, one second guys, and this will be test.dbgnss.com test, right? I can literally click on save, and can you see file etc hosts is saved. That's the beauty of this option. So if you click on this quick menu, go to remote file editor, you can literally edit any file on the target server. The next beautiful option is execute host command. Let's take you want to run a command onto the target server, right? So I want to check whether the listener is up and running. So what I'll do is I'll connect to the server as Oracle user. I'll click on OK, and the command is ps-ef grep listener, right? Let me give execute, and can you see I can literally see the output of that command. And the same thing goes with, let's take, if I want to see cat/etc/host file, execute. Can you see? This is the output of the command, right? That's the beauty. You can click on clear, and then also let's take ls-lrt. This is the command I want to execute. So can you see these are the contents, and I want to know like which location I have landed onto the server. So if I just give pwd, you can see by default these commands are being run from this location: u01 app oracle agent instant sysman and emd, right? That's the location currently we are in on the server. All in all, you can actually execute commands on the target server from this option. The next important one is privilege delegation setting. So whatever sudo command you want to run, you can run it, or you want to run any power broker command, you need to have these things set up beforehand. You can actually execute it. So this option allows you, let's take, there is a user which has the sudo access and you want to run some commands as the sudo user, you can use this option. And then the related targets option, this is also a good option just in case you want to know what all targets are related, like on this dev server, what all targets that are being monitored by OEM. If you want to know, you can see the entire list. We can see that there is an agent, we can see that there is a dev DB, we can see a listener, and then we can also see one Oracle home. This is actually the Oracle home and this is the agent home, right? You can see the type Oracle home. So when you see two Oracle home, don't get scared. I mean, one is your actual Oracle home, the another one is your agent home, right? So the related targets is a great way to identify what all things that are running on the target server which reside on one server, right? Because all these services reside onto the dev server, so that's why we are seeing the related target details. And the last option is this one, guys, target setup. I think target setup, I mean, it's self-explanatory. Do you want to remove this target, and do you want to add to a group? What are the properties of this target? We will be looking at these options later on. I mean, we won't be removing a target. I want you to practice it in your practice lab. But one of my favorite options is this target sitemap. So why this target sitemap? Before I show you the target sitemap, let's say, guys, you forget that, okay, what all things I can do on a target server. So the best part is, go to this quick menu, click on target sitemap, and you will get the list of all the commands or all the options that you can execute on the server. So basically all the options within your quick menu will be listed under the target sitemap. You can see under monitoring, you can check the CPU details, memory details, disk details, and then you have like what are the members, like topology, administration, right? So you have all the information in one location. If you ever forget, like, okay, I don't remember what was that option, the best part is come to target sitemap, go through this list, and you will find the option somewhere or the other. That being said, guys, in the upcoming videos, we'll be understanding about how to administer the target agent, target listener, and target system.